We're getting started in just a second, y'all. I'm just getting some things set up. All right, I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, wonderful everything. How's everybody doing today? I'm continuing to work on my lore video, and you guys are continuing to keep me in check when it comes to that. I did do some work on it over the last or over the weekend, which was nice. But we've got a lot of work to go. Only managed to get a couple minutes worth of time done. So I'm working on this 8-minute segment here in the middle, which is the Great Caveling Empire. Hmm. Everybody hear me okay? Do, do, do. I think something's wrong with my audio. Hey Sawyer, can you hear me? Is my audio coming through? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know if it works. This is annoying. I'm good? Okay. Because I was getting a weird warning on my end about my audio bitrate being low. So I just wanted to make sure my audio is coming through okay for everybody. Hmm. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it unless people start complaining. So, all right. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Hey, Temp, how are you doing today? Hope you can hear me okay over on YouTube. Okay, good, good. Okay, what do I want this scene to look like? Hold on. I don't think you guys are getting desktop audio. Can you guys hear the in-game music right now? Because Core Keeper's music should be playing for you guys. How about now? I have a feeling that you weren't hearing the in-game audio, but you should be now. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. Little kinks here and there. All right. Havelings grew more and more dependent on the interconnected systems and energy resources that were being distributed in more and more complex ways. How do I want to visually represent that? Don't have a lot built out when it comes to my Caveley Metropolis cities. But what have I got built out over here? Most of this is death and destruction. Let's see. Ah, I know. Hold on. This is one of Tito Bandito's worlds. So if you're on YouTube, check out Tito Bandito. He's got some really good stuff. All right, we need to reveal more of this. So let's do reveal, explored areas. All right, here's the Grand Canal. Let's see here. I know I have recordings of this area. It's just where did I put them? Oh, and I think I used them already, actually. So I wasn't using this part of the map, the dark part of the map. All right. If I turn off UI, okay, it turns off names, good. All right, I need to do some Caveling recordings. So, one second, guys. I got to close this out. And we have to go mods. And takes a second for it to load. Okay, great. There we go. And player skins. Okay. Sorry, I know this is nothing fancy. Kind of boring, even. Oh my god, Core Keeper, why do you take so long to reload? I feel like my computer's starting to get old. Worries me. But my computer is 6 years old now. So it's starting to get ancient. Yeah, load anyway. Oh my god, you're gonna make me restart again. I hate you. Back in my day. All right. Well, while that's reloading, let's see here. All of which was overseen and administered by the cores. Okay, that I can easily put something in. Come on, load up the visual. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see here. I need to change my look. Is there a dresser around here? Oh, there's one. All right, look at me. I'm a caveling. And I need a blue paintbrush. All right, we're gonna paint everything here blue. Hey, how's it going, John? Good to see you today. Sorry I don't have my camera or anything interesting on. I am doing some recordings. So I've got my camera off. I've got a lot of stuff turned off. All right, what am I wearing? All right, I am wearing junk. Let's dress a little nicer, shall we? What should I be wearing? I might go for some sorcerer robes this time around. Yeah. That looks good. Did the storm pass? Oh yeah, it passed without incident. It was just some crappy internet for a little bit. It wasn't even a full-on hurricane, so it was nothing. Although we did have some tornadoes come down, which was interesting. A lot more tornadoes than we normally get when we get hurricanes. Especially when we get tropical storms. Tropical storms is normally nothing burger. But yeah. That was definitely interesting. Okay. Empire. Walking down city street. Wrong button. Heat wave in Yorkshire. Oh, 35. Dang, that's hot. That is definitely hot for you guys. Now, it's pretty warm here too, but it is, we're used to these temperatures, although it is early for it to be this hot. Let's see, what are we at right now? It's currently 31 Celsius here in New Orleans right now, or 88 Fahrenheit. So it's not too bad. It's actually a pretty cool day for us. Our humidity is sitting at 70% right now too, which is pretty low. Oh, I wish I could take credit for this base, John. But this is not mine. I just happen to have the map. This map right here, this is called the Grand Canal, and you can actually download it on the mods.io section. And this map was made by Tito Bandito. A very, very talented map maker and creative world builder. I've got his oh, well, that's not right, but whatever. I've got in my main page of my YouTube channel down at the very bottom, there's a section on like YouTubers that I recommend or that I follow. I'm pretty sure his link is in there. That is true. I do have air conditioning, which you guys don't have in the UK. So that does suck for you. The scholars had even began to study the ancient Titans, building waypoints to travel swiftly between the vast distances within the caverns. Okay. Yeah, for you guys in the UK, John, those high temperatures are a rare thing. So you don't normally need the air conditioning. Here in New Orleans, we get it every year. So we are very used to this weather. All right, we need to do a little bit of work here. But first, stop that recording. All right, we're going to call this activating waypoint.
points to travel swiftly between the vast distances within the caverns. Advanced computers and even quantum computers and even quantum teleportation machines. The cave.
Okay. All right. All right, it does start to fade. That's okay. I may cut some of that anyway.
Unfortunately, not everything was well. The giant creatures that roamed the wilds were still there, though fewer in number.
Hey, Kitsune, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm making more progress. We've actually, if I zoom out, we have come a long way on the lore video so far. I have I've done almost a full pass through on 23 minutes worth. I've probably got about a minute worth of content in here that I just don't have footage for yet. But otherwise, I've got the vast majority of the beginning done. And then I've also got the very end, the last like 5 minutes here are also done. So now we're just working on this 20-minute stretch in the middle. But it's coming along, you know? It is definitely coming along. Honestly, Temp, I have no idea what the next biome will be like. Your guess is as good as mine.
The scholars had even began to study the ancient titans.
That's right. Okay. Let's see here. Still getting used to this new interface. They've made some changes, which is good. Changes needed to happen. Still would kill for a search option. What's my favorite block? Probably the temple block. I really like the temple block. Wait. I was like, where did my... It's in the wall. Gimme. That was weird. Wish there was a way to place Metropolis. Let's see. Hold on. I'm catching up on chat here. Temple block is best for ground aesthetic. Metropolis block for walls. Yeah, I can see that. Wish there was a way to place Metropolis block walls with variations, like has the pictures. Yeah, I wish that too. Yeah, that would be nice. Next biome. Pugstorms tend to keep their cards close to their chest. Yeah, they do. I wonder if there's any chatter on Reddit or Discord. Honestly, no idea, man. I really don't know. Like I told Temp just a minute ago, I have not got a clue. You are very right. They do keep it very close to their chest. All right. Of course. Oh, God. God, now where the hell are waypoints? You know what? I'm not even going to figure it out. What I get for like clicking away. Okay. All right. I love how oversized this thing is when equipped. Absolutely massive. Studying Titans. You'd love to see an armor piece that could auto-consume a potion once the buff wears off. Oh, that'd be nice. Or a new backpack with that specific feature there. That'd be cool. Gotta remember to hold a sword or something before you click off screen. Yeah, that's true. You saw someone working on a mod that could add vines to walls. Oh, that would be awesome if they can get that out. I would love to see that. One thing that's really cool, I just found a mod that adds hotkeys for potions and stuff into it. So you can hit like H to just drink a heal potion, whether it's in your, you know, as long as it's somewhere in your backpack. You know, the same for a mana potion. You can hit a button for your mana potion. Another one, and it'll drink all your buff potions. And then there's another button that will eat all of your foods in order of lowest buff to highest buff, which is kind of cool. And you can, of course, rebind it. It's a cool little mod. Yeah, Parse made the mod. He makes great mods. I'm actually have a video coming out next week, which showcases a whole bunch of mods, including that one. It's been a while since I've done a mod showcase.
Wars. The scholars had even began to study the ancient Titans, building waypoints to travel swiftly between the vast distances within the caverns. Unfortunately, not everything was well.
You've been lurking on all the mod channels, including the creators ones, even though you have no intention of making a mod anytime soon or ever. It's just fun to see what they got up in there. Yeah. My favorite boss is Nimruza. I really like that fight. I think it's a lot of fun.
The giant creatures that roamed the wilds were still there, though fewer in number. The Titans were also an ever-present threat. Though no longer worshipped by the Cavelings, they kept their respectful distance from the Titans whenever possible. At some point,
I don't see the giant cicadas. I see the nymphs, scarabs. Where are the giant cicadas? Huh. Okay. Well, we can work around that. See you, Temp. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Shit. Well, that was a mistake. All right, let's try that again. And I'm going to... turn off damage numbers. There we go. All right. So that'll help a little bit. Um Let's see. Cicada. Ivy. Oh, hey, Boxster. How's it going? Let's see. You played Corky about a year ago, got hooked, came back to it recently. You're now mega hooked. Nice. Saw one of my videos pop up. We're trying to figure out something to find. Awesome. Glad I could be of help for you, man.
Unfortunately, not everything was well. The giant creatures that roamed the wilds were still there, though fewer in number.
You went around me. It sucks. I got to get ahead of him. I got to get ahead of this thing so that I can get, like, make sure the lighting looks good. What if he doesn't come through this way? I think, yeah, he literally just keeps going under me. Ah! Go into an open area that's not mold. Piece of shit. All right, I think I got that. That's okay. I can live with that. Ugh. Definitely not long enough.
The Titans were also an ever-present threat. Though no longer worshipped by the Cavelings, they kept their respectful distance from the Titans whenever possible. The Titans were also an ever-present threat. Though no longer At some point, a generation of giant cicadas hatched and dug themselves up from their subterranean burrows. They swarmed the caverns. point, a generation of giant cicadas hatched and dug themselves up from their subterranean burrows. They swarmed the caverns and started to become a bigger threat than cavelings were prepared to deal with.
Okay. Let's see here. Eh? I recorded some scenes, but now I don't remember where I recorded them or where I put them. And that worries me. What's this one? That's early fighting of the cicadas. That's not modern. And that's not what I'm looking for. All right. And now what we're going to do is...
No. Wait.
We're going...
Yep, no, that's all early. Oh my god, where did I put these videos that I recorded? Wait, here they are. Okay. The vast majority of this... Yeah, here we go. Pretty sure the vast majority of this I don't actually need. Yeah, I already did most of that. But it's over here. Within their society, known as the admins, built tools and weapons of immense power to try to help them combat the threat these giants posed. They also crafted giant guardian statues to defend the people, and even crafted a massive bear, a bigger threat than cavelings were prepared to deal with. Great engineers and leaders within their society, known as the admins, giant bugs got some kind of mold infection. And then one of the giant bugs got some kind of mold infection. I wasn't able to find any record of where the infection came from. I have to assume that the cavelings never learned of its origins, or maybe I simply haven't found the right data terminal yet. Regardless, this infected cicada charged into one of the temples the cavelings had built. I don't even remember making this scene, let alone recording it. Desert Life, though. I'm sure I used it. I hope I used it. These are good recordings. Yeah, I'll hold on to this just in case. Shove that right in there for now. Okay. Let's get back to all of this. Alright, I need to do better when it comes to my giant cicada stuff. I need a wide open area. This'll do.
All right. All right.
Possible. At some point, a generation of giant cicadas hatched and dug themselves up from their subterranean burrows. They swarmed the caverns and started to become a bigger threat than cavelings were prepared to deal with. Great engineers and leaders within their society, known as the admins, built tools and weapons of immense power to try to help them combat the threat these giants posed.
Okay. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, that's right. I am making rune songs and shit. So let's see here. Where's all the stuff I need for that? I'll be right back, guys. 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see here. I am looking for... Oh, there's recall idols. Okay, cool. I'm looking for the ingredients for summoning... Here we go. Bosses. Or not bosses. Schematics and shit. Nah, I don't need that one. But we'll do these. All right. So let's see here. For those... Really? They're not in here? Whatever. Give channeling gemstone. Give fragment. Oh. Okay. Okay. Good morning, Scorp. How are you?
Great engineers and leaders within their society, known as the admins, built tools and weapons of immense power to try to help them combat the threat these giants posed. They also crafted giant guardian statues to
Scorpion, thank you so much for the gold membership, man. I really appreciate it.
Great engineers and leaders within their society, known as the admins, built tools and weapons of immense power to try to help them combat the threat these giants posed. They also crafted giant guardian statues to defend the people, and even crafted a massive barrier wall around the capital city in case they needed to defend themselves against the giant onslaught.
All right, I need... Let's go to one of the metropolis cities. And let's see here. Actually, first... Oh my god, is that really there? Yep. Wow. Go to this one. All right, welcome back, Scorpion. Ancient Guardians.
They also crafted giant guardian statues to defend the people, and even crafted
Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to stop my Core Keeper content anytime soon. Let's see, we need a good spot where we can get a good look at this wall. I can do it from both sides, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Oops. I'm not supposed to have these. Great wall blocks. Although... You don't quite get all the benefits? Well, I can go over them if you're confused or if you have questions about any of the benefits. Happy to talk about it. I just have to remember what they all are. So, yeah, so at the gold level, you can join any clans or guilds that I happen to be running for any games that I'm playing, if you're playing them too. Because, you know, I play a lot of multiplayer games. I play a lot of MMO kind of games and things like that. So, like, I've got a clan in Diablo 4, although I haven't played Diablo 4 in a little while. And then I've also got a guild set up in Dune Awakening. Again, I haven't really played that in a bit, but they're there if anyone is playing them and wants to be part of that clan or guild. On the Discord and sometimes on the YouTube page, so keep an eye out on the YouTube page. I'll put in my post section, I'll do new games or new content priority polls, and those of you at the gold level, you can vote on those. So you have a choice, or you have the ability to have a say in you know, what priority I make for my next videos, things like that. I post periodically. If I'm not sure what I want to do next, that's when I usually will post those content polls. In addition, you also have access to all of our everything at the silver level, which includes membership, a membership channel in Discord, and access to any of our private game servers. So, for example, there's a members-only Core Keeper server. You're welcome to join it. The login information is on Discord. And same thing with Hightail. We've got a Hightail server too. So those are all perks that you can enjoy with your membership. And if you have ideas on ways that I can improve the perk system or change things around, I am all ears, because honestly, I don't know what people want when it comes to membership perks. I just set stuff up and hoped people cared. So but yeah, I'm always going to do Core Keeper content, so you don't have to worry about that.
And even crafted a massive barrier wall around the capital city in case they needed to defend themselves against the giant. And even crafted a massive barrier wall around the capital city in case they needed to defend themselves against the giant onslaught. They were spread thin. The cicadas
Yeah, showing the building of the wall. There we go. That works. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I do. I really do. Yeah, like I lost my job too. Like, I understand what it's like not to have a day job, you know. I lost my day job a year and a half ago now, and I have been applying for jobs every week, like constantly. I think I apply for between like 5 and 10 jobs a week. Sometimes I go on sprints where I do like 2 or 3 a day for a couple of weeks straight, and I've only gotten like 3 interviews, and I got close on one. I was one of the final 2 candidates, but they ended up going with the other guy. So, yeah. Needless to say, every little bit helps, because this channel is how I'm making all of my money right now, so I definitely appreciate it. And believe me, I do not make a lot of money on this channel. Maybe someday I'll make a decent amount, but not yet. Too small.
They were spread thin. The cicadas were everywhere. And then one of the giant bugs got...
I feel like I need a scene with people fighting lots of cicadas here. So I'm just going to make a note of that. So I've got a section where I'm taking notes of all the scenes that I need to record still. And of course, I'm not signed into the right account anymore. Good. Good. Thank you. Okay.
And then one of the giant bugs got some kind of mold infection. I wasn't able to find any record of where the infection came from.
Give this a second to load. Come on.
Slot. They were spread thin. The cicadas were everywhere. And then one of the giant bugs got some kind of mold infection. I wasn't able to find any record of where the infection came from.
Yeah, Goldor shows up in the auto crop farm because sometimes your golden crops are getting placed into the shredder or into the seed collector. And when they do, they'll spit out seeds and Goldor. I really need to make my a couple more auto crop farms because I have those bigger crop designs. And I haven't made the videos for them yet. So that's on my to-do list. The mold came from the moldy cicada. Well, yeah, the mold came from that one cicada. That's how it spread across the land. But how did that cicada get the mold in the first place? The mold was not on the side. No, that's how it spread after. So the creature was already infected when it was killed. So the cicada had had some sort of mold infection on it, and then it died when a farmer stuck a scythe in its head. And then that farmer that stuck the scythe in its head and everyone else that was part of killing it spread the spores and the mold everywhere. But how did that first cicada get its get that mold infection? We don't have an answer for that, and the devs haven't answered it either. As Julian told me when I asked, he said, it doesn't matter how it got it. And I was like, okay. So one of my mods is causing this weird bug, and I don't know why, but like for example, right now I can't turn around. And it's definitely being caused by one of my mods, but I don't know which one yet. It's kind of an annoying bug. Yeah, I still can't turn around. That's something infuriating. The Breaker's Reach door. Hold on. The Breaker's Reach door is a 2-block center, 6-block wide, but the rest of the game has a 1-block center, including the actual biome. I can see how that would be annoying. Oh my god, this is pissing me off. I've got to figure out which mod is causing this. I'm gonna turn a few mods off that I don't need. Let's turn off auto target. I'm gonna leave better cursor on because I like it. don't need that on. I don't need that on. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm gonna leave tool resizer on. How am I getting the creative menu in a regular world? It is not a mod. It's actually manipulation of the game files. The world file, there's a world info file in the game folders that if you change a number on the file, it will change your world's type from standard to hard mode to creative mode and vice versa. So what I did is I created a regular world, a standard world, and then I went into the game file and I turned it into a creative world. I actually have a video on how to do it if you want to learn how. I think it's called something like change your game difficulty or change world difficulty. Something along those lines. There we go. I can move again. Fuck me. Okay. Disabling God mode puts collision back on. All right. You don't like the Core Commander set? No, not at all. I like it. I don't use it that often, but I do use it. It's a good set. Mold infection. I wasn't able to find any record of where the infection came from. I have to assume that the cavelings never learned of its origins, or maybe I simply haven't found the right data terminal yet. Regardless, this infected cicada charged into one of the temples. Regardless, this infected cicada charged into. Regardless,
This infected cicada charged into one of the temples.
I must have cut. Okay. Did we reset and over? Yeah, I reset.
Regardless, this infected cicada charged into one of the temples the cavelings had built within the wilderness. It wrecked the place, having gone mad from the infection. The farmers and hunters
Thanks for coming, Scorpion. I appreciate you being here, man.
Regardless, this infected cicada charged into one of the temples the cavelings had built within the wilderness. It wrecked the place, having gone mad from the infection. The farmers and hunters of the area rallied to defend the temple and their community. They charged at the infected cicada. It ripped and tore at the cavelings as they stabbed at it with pitchforks and gardening tools. They chipped away at its carapace while it trampled them under its massive limbs. After a fierce battle, one caveling farmer got in a lucky blow, and with all his strength, he buried his sickle into the infected cicada's head. The beast was slain, but the infection was not.
All right. I feel like the battle scene that I did record was over way too fast, so I'm going to need to do it again. So I'm going to make a note because I need multiple people for that one. Record affected cicada battle scene. Make longer. Okay. So we'll redo that one later. right. We're just going to slowly pan out from the zoom in, kind of showing the mold. All right. The mold.
But the infection was not. It continued to spread from the corpse of the creature, the sickle still wedged in the cicada's skull. In addition, the farmers and but the infection was not. It continued to spread from the corpse of the creature, the sickle still wedged in the cicada's skull. In addition, the farmers and hunters had been covered in spores. They tracked the infection deeper into the wilderness, causing a massive ecological disaster within the caveling's primary food source. The Empire entered into decline. In addition, the farmers and hunters had been covered in spores. They tracked the infection deeper into the wilderness, causing them. The cicada's skull. In addition, the farmers and hunters had been covered in spores. They tracked the infection deeper into the wilderness, causing a massive ecological disaster within the caveling's primary food source. The empire entered into decline. Famine spread, war weariness spread, and then a breakthrough.
Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end.
The core in the capital city began to ask questions of the cavelings that the other cores did not. It did not take them long to realize that the artificial intelligence within this core had gained sentience. But they still needed to be sure. So they ran tests. This was when they created 3 special keystones out of the ancient gemstones.
Ooh, I don't think I've recorded the keystone scene. Yeah, I've made a lot of progress today.
The core in the capital city began to ask questions of the cavelings that the other cores did not.
Okay, that's not the caveling's capital core. All right. These I'm all done with. What's this one? Ah.
or in the capital city. To ask questions of the cavelings that the other cores did not. It did not take them long to realize that the artificial intelligence within this core had gained sentience. But they still needed to be sure. So they ran tests. This was when they created 3 special keystones out of the ancient gemstones. What exactly these stones did, I'm not certain. But it appears that the admins intended to use them to test the newly sentient core in some way. However, I am not certain if they were ever used for this purpose, because of the events that unfolded next.
All right. Now I need to make a note here. Scene with scholars setting up gemstones on core. Because if I remember correctly, if I have this set up right, hold on. Let's go back here. And of course, the core's missing at the moment, but that's okay. That happens. Okay, the gemstones are all in there. I'll bet you I did a recording. So maybe I did do a recording at one point. Regardless, the stones are here. I can do a recording with the setup once I have that. Okay, we're good. Okay, what did I just break? Okay. Wow, that's actually a lot. There's not a lot of holes in this. I mean, yeah, I've got a couple of gaps, but that's not a lot of gaps. That's maybe like a minute at most worth of gaps. But we have, I guess now I'm at a point where I need to get some people in to help me do some recordings. So I think that's going to be a big thing tomorrow. I'm going to make some posts in Reddit, on Discord, or not Reddit, Discord, on the channel, things like that. So if you're interested in being an extra, we're going to do some recordings tomorrow, I think. So that we can fill in these gaps that I've got. And I might even do something to fill in these 2 gaps here too, that are much earlier on, because I'm not sure what to put here, but I know I've got to do something with a group. So we can fill in these gaps, and then we'll continue on, you know? I mean, there's still a lot to go, as you guys can tell. We've still got all of this to do here. So I've got the incident, which is only a like a 3-minute segment, 2-minute segment, but there's a lot that happens. We got the Empire collapsing, and then we've got everything that happens inside the Great Wall. This is going to be the big one. I'm going to have to do a lot of custom art in this section, so it's going to be the last one I do. But I think tomorrow I'll set up and we'll record these little scenes here, and then I'll continue to work on the incident itself. We'll work on this part, and we'll just keep plugging along at this, and hopefully I can get this video done soon. Only taken 2 years. Well, a year and a half. It's only taken a year and a half so far. If it takes till August, it takes 2 years. So I'm trying to get this done before August. So I will, Kitsune, I will probably start the recordings when as soon as I can get enough people going. So that'll probably be sometime between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Central Time, which is when my time. So if we're switching that to like an Eastern, what time zone are you in, Kitsune? What you're gonna say? I'm in like Japan or something. I'll be like, fuck. But yeah, anyway, probably sometime between 11 and 1, 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Central Standard Time is probably when I'll try to do this. And if I can't get enough people at that time, then I'll just start working on, you know, these extra settings. And you know, we'll go from there. So, all right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for the day, guys. It's only been a 2.5 hour stream. I got a lot done in 2.5 hours, but I do have a few other things I want to get done today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a wonderful time today. I appreciate that you guys help keeping me on track for all of this, and hopefully we'll get this video done soon. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Real quick, I just want to mention, if you are interested, I am going to have a post that's going to come out in a few minutes. I just have to set it up and post it. Core Keeper has a merch store now, and I happen to have an affiliate link and a discount code. So if you use my affiliate link and my discount code at checkout, you can get 10% off, and I get a 10% kickback. So we both benefit from it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that link posted for you guys. You'll be able to see it in the channel post section. There will also be a post about it on the Discord. So join us on Discord, and I hope I see you guys soon. Have a great day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay crazy, everybody.